I think we've been here almost a week. Barb pulled out already. Donna's pulling out just ahead of me. I would have been out of here, except I had to air up a tire. So that took a while. But now we're out of here. Today is Thursday, whoops, July the 3rd. And you might be seeing a different view now, because I've been rearranging stuff. I got a whole bunch of stuff I want to get rid of. I'm going to drop off at Goodwill. And actually I've got a bunch of stuff that I traded off with Donna. That's Donna up ahead. And this guy is nice enough to wait for us, so I'll get out of his way. Thank you very much. So I gave Donna a few things. Like, I had been carrying around an outdoor bed for Kit that he never liked. And see, you can see the ladder on the back of her rig. Well, that used to be on the back of my rig along with the ladder rack. And I just found it made it really inconvenient to get into my storage bay across the back. Mine is bigger than hers because she's got a spare tire. So my storage bay goes pretty much all the way across. And let's see, what else did I give her? She took the bed, she took the ladder and the ladder rack. I gave her an umbrella to go on a chair. I gave her my 300-watt portable solar panel. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of stuff out of here, and then I'm gonna donate my lifetime chair, the strong back chair. And I bought a padded footstool last year and then discovered I never used it, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I took the mini blinds down from my kitchen window. I'm gonna get rid of those. And the big one is, and this is why you're seeing a different view, I've turned the passenger seat around so it faces backwards, and I'm going to get rid of the recliner that's between the passenger seat and the door, and hopefully get a cabinet built in there this winter. And in the meantime, I'm just going to use a plastic bin to contain all the crap that I was storing mostly underneath and around the chair. But it really opens it up. I pulled the chair out and pulled it back. Oh, it just occurs to me I don't have the chair secured, so I guess I better watch the curves. But yeah, I pulled the chair out and pulled it back and checked it a couple of different times, and I had Donna and Barb both sit in the passenger seat. Donna doesn't love it. Barb says it's fine. But, you know, it's a guest chair. And worst case scenario, I actually do have enough room to be able to set up an outdoor chair inside if we needed to do that. So, I'm pretty jazzed about getting rid of the recliner because I don't ever use it, and it actually takes up a fair amount of room. So, yay for that. So my first stop is going to be Goodwill. My second stop is going to be at Walgreens, which is right next to Goodwill, where I will pick up the FedEx package that will hopefully allow me to finally get my rig titled. Here's hoping. And then I'm meeting Barb at Walmart. Donna's going her own way, but man, we've had a lovely time with the three of us camped together out here. And we knew it was time to go. We'd already planned to go, but we knew it was time to go when the rig, if you looked at the very beginning of the video, that rig pulled in and parked within several feet of Barb's side door at 7:15 this morning, and then started setting up their camp and unloading all their motorized toys and running their open frame generator and sealing off their area with crime scene tape. Actually, it's caution tape, but same thing. Which seems to be a very popular thing to do. This is 4th of July weekend coming up, so I'm not terribly surprised. It was a very, very popular area where we were camped. Kind of lucked out this past weekend because I guess being between Father's Day and 4th of July, it was maybe less busy than it might otherwise have been. fair amount of, you know, ATVs and motorcycles and stuff running up and down the road over the weekend, but not too bad, and people were generally pretty respectful, so it's all good. So I'm actually super excited to get back on the road. We're gonna go see some things. Do we have a good view of Kit? Let's see if we can get a better view of Kit. There he is. There's our Kit. So he's got to get used to the new position because he's riding backwards, and he's not riding backwards, the seat is faced backwards. And part of what I actually like about this is that with the back of the seat up against the dashboard, if, heaven forbid, we have a crash and the airbag goes off, then the seat is going to absorb most of the blow. So that'll be cool. I hope never to have that happen, but it actually feels safer than having him ride the other way. Never did. There goes Donna. So her parents actually live in this area, so she's very familiar with it. And overall, I'd say it's been very, very nice. Elevation is over 9,000 feet. Trying to get some dust off of my screens. I guess I should have done that last night when I was resetting my cockpit, but I didn't. I didn't do that. And so until I get all of the extraneous stuff out of here, it's a little bit overcrowded. And in fact, I had to put the chair that I'm keeping for outdoors is braced between my bed and the opposite side, which is used for storage now. Okay. I guess I'll finish up our morning update. 69 degrees outside currently. It actually feels much warmer than that. I already told you we're over 9,000 feet. We're at 9085 right now. And it's a beautiful day on July the 3rd. So I think we're leaving just in time.
Wake up with the sun in our eyes. Sally forth, no need for goodbyes. Journey calls, let's roll the dice. Every mile a new surprise.
Just in case you haven't seen it, this is the village of Woodland Park. We're still about a mile away from the Goodwill and Walgreens. And if you want to see all of it, go back and look at one of the recent prior videos, because I've recorded the whole thing there. Google has decided to bring me in the back way, but I thought I'd share this beautiful mountain view with snow still up there on top of the mountains, and I imagine those are probably glaciers, would be my guess. And here's the Goodwill coming up right around here. Well, the second time's the charm. I pulled in the first time and we couldn't get the recliner out of here, so I ended up going around the corner to their main parking lot and took it apart. That was a lot of effort, but it's now gone, and hopefully my box of stuff isn't going to slide around too much. So now I'm going to pull back up in here and park in their lot again, so I can walk over to Walgreens, because Walgreens doesn't really look big enough for me to park in.
Head north toward Paradise Lodge Lane.
So now I got a parallel park. Alright, so I'll take care of that. We are finished with Walgreens. We got our FedEx package, we signed the document. I scanned all the documents, like 24 pages, back into my phone to Dropbox. And then we reset the envelope, and it'll go out this afternoon, but it probably won't get to the DMV in Nevada until like Monday or Tuesday. But I've got the tracking number. so I can always check on it.
Turn right on
Okay.
Paradise Lodge Lane, then turn right on Paradise Circle.
So our next stop
Turn right on
is
Paradise
going to
Circle,
be
then turn left on US 24
at,
East West Highway 24.
the Amazon locker, where we've also been before. So I'm not going to share that whole drive with you. Okay, Amazon delivery complete. This gas station looks much less busy than it did when I pulled in. There were two construction type pickups with trailers that were parked where I was just parked. And then a whole bunch of other people trying to maneuver around. And ultimately, I got in there finally, but yeah, wasn't super easy. So, next stop is Walmart. And we have not been to Walmart here yet, so this will be the first. And hopefully they've got kids' dog food in stock. We shall see. But it is a very different looking kind of Walmart. You can see it off to the left over there. We're going to turn in at the traffic light, find a place to park. Find out if Barb's gotten here yet. I'm guessing not. She went to the UPS store to get documents that she needed to sign for her, something to do with her rig, I forget what. And then she was sending them back USPS. I don't know why she didn't just send them UPS, but whatever. Oh, there's a Lance trailer over there coming out of the Walmart. And then imagine going in. Imagine that. Well, we're finished at Walmart, but I forgot to buy Velcro. I think I forgot to put it on the list. And we both ate lunch because neither one of us had breakfast. And of course, we're still in Colorado Springs. No, sorry, we're still in Woodland Park. And we've got to go about 23 miles to Garden of the Gods, but Barb needs a post office detour along the way. So we'll see how long it takes to get out of there. Yeah, we got mostly everything we need at Walmart. And we're going to stop at the post office. Then we're going to go to the Garden of the Gods. Then we're going to go to Love's and get fuel and dump tanks and get water. Huh, wonder how they managed to throw their case of beer out in the road. That was kind of weird, or maybe that somebody else did and they're picking it up at the pass-through there. This is the Amazon locker again at that convenience station over on the left, convenience store / gas station. And the price there is $3.09 per gallon. I think when I called yesterday, the guy said Love's was $2.74, and we get 10 cents a gallon off of that, so $2.64 or $2.65. That'll be a-okay. And I think we're going to be cracker docking tonight. Huh, kid? Yep, I think that's what we're going to do. Because we know how I feel about steep places. Doesn't look too bad. And it's funny, the driving noises, the road noises sound different with that chair going. That's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting, kidster. Yeah, there you go, standing up with the back of the seat like that. was about. And we'll see what the parking looks like as we get down around here. I don't know what this little community is called. It's cute. Come in, pool's open. Yeah, probably not.
4,000 feet, your destination will be on the left.
Okay, Kit. Okay. Stop. I guess she's going to park up there. Alright, I guess I'll figure this out. Okay, well that worked out okay. Barb was coming toward me. She was already finished at the post office. Well, I was still looking for a place to park, so I didn't have to park. I just turned around, we got back on the road, and we are 10 miles from our destination. We get off in 9 miles. And then we can get out of the Colorado Springs area before everybody shows up for the 4th of July weekend. Plenty of people have already shown up. Look at that beautiful view. And I didn't realize until yesterday afternoon or yesterday morning that basically I had been parked in shade all day, or for a couple of days, and it had been cloudy and overcast. So when I got up this morning, my batteries were down to, I think, 64%. Or maybe it was 70, I can't remember for sure. And then I turned on my inverter to bring the slide in, and I meant to turn it off so I wouldn't be doing anything but charging the batteries. And I forgot. But when I looked while we were still at Walmart, we're 95% charged at that point. So we'll be back to 100% today. Yay for that. Yay for that. And I think I'm going to be really glad that I got rid of that chair. It definitely opens up the sense of open, it definitely enhances the sense of open space to have it gone, especially with the slide in. It's like when I stopped to eat lunch at Walmart, I got my table out and there was actually room to move around it. Whereas before it would only slot into the opening at the door. There was really only one place for it to be when I had the slide in. So that's going to be really nice. And the amount of floor space being taken up by the bin that I'm using right now is kind of close to the footprint that I'm thinking about for building a cabinet in there. So this will be good practice. I also want to measure the bigger bins that I have in the back and see if I can't just put one of those there, because then I can have the lid on it and it won't look all messy, because I really don't like the mess. And it'll be taller, so it'll be better able to contain my chair. My outdoor chair, which now is leaning between my bed and the storage area on the opposite side. Because it used to be between the front passenger seat and the recliner. But with the passenger seat turned around and the recliner gone, can't really put it there. Just on the outskirts of Manitou Springs, where we got off of US 24. And I don't think either one of us researched this at all, so we have no idea what we're getting into. Okay, let's see what we can see yet. Garden of the Gods, Colorado Springs. Please respect our natural resources. Okay, we'll do the best we can. Oh, we can't pull over there. Balanced rock treating post, and I don't know what else. Oh, well, this must be balanced rock right here. With lots of people walking right up to it. Oh, my. Look at this. Wow. Alright, that's pretty cool. Are you kidding me? Well, that was tight. I have to say that for me, the balance rock that we experienced was really tight. It was probably the most exciting part of Garden of the Gods, at least on the day that we were there. It was super crowded. There was really no place for us to be able to park, either alone or together, as you see right here. I managed to find a parking place. Barb came in. She couldn't find a parking place, so we just went ahead and left again. And we drove through the entire park. And it looks like there's a great place, great places to go hiking and that kind of thing. And if it's not super crowded, it would probably be fun to take your time to do that. We didn't have that much fun. We drove through. We got on our way, so I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of the drive at, a faster speed. And if you didn't know, you can actually use the settings in slow down the speed which you're watching, so if you want to see more details, you can always do that. Anyway, I'm going to let you finish up the drive through Garden of the Gods, and then we're getting back on the road, and you can see what happens next. Okay, so all I see is a bunch of people standing around up there, and that's kind of more peopling than I'm in the mood to do today. So I just sent Barb a message with the link to the Love's Travel Stop. So it was pretty. Now it's done. And we're gonna just get on down the road. So I would say if you're in any kind of an RV that's bigger than a van, don't plan on doing anything but driving through. The parking is horrendous. If it's busy. I mean, if you can find a time when it's not busy, and I don't know what time that would be, but if you can find that time, you might be able to park. But that's just beyond my level of frustration. I have a low tolerance for overcrowding. But I got to see a lot of the rock formation, so that's cool. Alright, so we've got 48 miles, 54 minutes to get to our next destination, which is the Love's Travel Stop, where we can get fuel and dump tanks and get water. And Barb needs propane. Now I feel like I'm driving through somebody's neighborhood. Well, I think I'm glad we're not going the other direction. That looks pretty slow. Hopefully this will move along okay. Well, so far this is turning out to be kind of a royal pain. I got fuel. I managed to dump. They have their dump station locked so that their guy has to not only unlock it, but hold your hose for you. Good golly, Miss Molly. Oh, and they have propane over here too. Okay. Oh, they got a lot of sites at this one. This is interesting. Okay. So I guess we're going to stop right by the kiosk and then try and figure out where he wants us to go. If he's back yet. Okay, so we've been waiting here for God knows how long. Okay. So it's already 4:15. We got 33 miles to go to get to Cracker Barrel. And hope that they allow overnight parking. Okay, so Barb decided she needed to stop because a whole big piece of trim came off the front of her RV. And I can't really see that fence back there. Gotta make an 8-point turn. Actually, it's only a 5-point turn to get out of here. Still have 21 miles to go. These are kind of cool looking rock formations. So we have finished our backtracking portion and gone about 7 miles further on from our 7-mile detour. Okay, so after all of the hullabaloo with Love's, I didn't give you an update on my fuel economy, which was 9.59 mpg. Considering all of the up and down in the high mountain elevations, you know, between 5,000 feet and 9,000 feet plus, twice,